I'm sure someone has probably said this in one way or another, but I'm still thinking about the Danish deception that I was covering, and the fact that, like, she went so hard on the S worker that her ex-husband hooked up with after they broke up. So, like, first of all, it's no one's business who you're having sex with if you're not together anymore. That goes both ways. And what was I gonna say? Oh, the reason why people are, like, part of the reason why people are, like, so weird with S workers, and they call them, like, dirty and disgusting and, like, all these different things, it's because we live in a society where women are expected to give services to men for free every time. So when we see a woman who is reciprocating the energy, right? Because money is energy. So I am giving you energy through sex, and then they give you back that energy through money. It's an exchange. And it just, like, when I see, like, married women or, like, women like her, like, dunk on S workers, I'm like, you look stupid right now. You look stupid. Because you were having S with that man for free. And now you're gonna make fun of someone who actually got paid for it? Like, I know exactly who you are. I learned from observations from my eyes. I'll definitely tag her in the comments, but she taught me the accountability compassion ratio. So, like, we can hold people accountable while also having passion. Hold them accountable and also treat them with compassion, but, like, the context is important, right? So, like, every situation is gonna need different amounts of accountability or compassion for the situation. And what made it hard for me to sympathize with her is that we don't really hear at all how she's behaving in this relationship, besides the fact that when he was trying to leave, she took his passport. And that, like, she was giving him money, and all the trips that they were going on. And she also, like, in the very beginning, she compared her thing to, like, Who the F Did I Marry, if you ever watched that series. And she was like, unfortunately, this story is going to be much worse. So are we still comparing trauma like this? Because if we want to compare trauma, her story was worse. That man, she had a miscarriage, and then that man told her whole family, or his whole family, that they had a kid. That is another type of cruel. He had 2 social security numbers. She was actually trying to look up stuff and, like, double check it, but fucking Legion was just so insane and good at manipulating that, like, she eventually was able to leave because of and I can see this in both stories, though, like the Christian aspect, because another thing, I think why people didn't respond to the Danish deception the same way they did to the F Did I Marry is because in Who the F Did I Marry, she took accountability for saying because she was like, I really wanted to be married, I wanted kids, and I felt like maybe I was running out of time, and that's what, like, made her likable. It's the vulnerability, but the Danish deception, that was not the case. And hear me out. This is another thing I want to add on that Observations with My Eyes said. She said, it's dangerous to say this could happen to anyone. This could happen to you. The reason why we say those things is because we don't want to trigger shame in people, because shame is a very deep feeling. And I think, too, that's why S workers are, like, shat on, because when women see that it invokes a deep feeling of shame in them, especially if it was a husband who cheated on his wife with an S worker or like this type of situation. Saying that this type of story could happen to anyone, just like, it's not accurate, because everyone's like vulnerabilities, emotional vulnerabilities are different, and what we've been taught and how to socialize with men is different depending on where you grew up. And these types of stories tend to happen to women who were raised in a household where you weren't taught how to vet well. Or if you were taught how to vet, it didn't get you good options. Because too, like, I think the family should also, like, kind of vet, like, if there's a vibe that's off, like, we want to be able to say something, but also, like, if you're an adult, it's also your job to, like, vet your partner before bringing them around your family and make sure that they're good. Yeah, I think those are all my thoughts.